Hi, and welcome to day two. First, let me just say how much I've enjoyed reading a little bit more about you, getting to know you a little bit better online, and reading about the ethical dilemmas that you brought to the table. It was interesting to see that race came up a couple of times. That's something we're going to discuss a little bit later in one of our cases. And there's a nice diversity of issues that you brought to the table that I think will be interesting to chew into later. I wanted to explain a little bit about how I'm approaching these first couple of days. That you'll notice the first day was a pretty soft landing. I didn't ask you to do a whole lot, and that was because I think it's important on the first day that you get a chance to be familiar with the technology and the equipment. If you have questions, you can ask them of me, get to know each other a little bit better. But also, I know that a lot of you are starting classes, you're starting PD, you guys are opening buildings, you got a lot on your mind, your hands are full. Intersession class can be pretty difficult. So I wanted to give you that kind of soft landing so those of you who could maybe start to work ahead and start to gather some of the readings, get them under your belt, that would be an option for you too. Everything's out there for you on the website to grab whenever you need it. The only thing I really pace you on is the discussions and these daily video blogs that kind of update where we are. Now, over the next couple of days, the videos and the readings that I have assigned for you are going to be pretty theory-based. But I want you to be thinking about your own personal ethical psychology as you're reading them. This is not reading theory just because I want you to be knowledgeable about moral psychology or behavioral economics or any of those things. This is grounding that you're going to use later as you start to try to understand yourself better. Now, we are going to look at case studies, and I think that's going to be valuable for you because it's going to establish some of these ethical issues in a context that you can relate to. But again, the goal of the class is eventually going to be to help give you tools to be thoughtful about your own ethical decision making. And more importantly, what are those things that either promote your ethical behavior or get in the way of pro-social or positive ethical behavior? Because we all have those. It doesn't matter how strong our ethical framework is, how strongly we believe, or how much practice we have as professionals or as people in relationships. The key is that everybody fails. Everybody gets tripped up ethically. Everybody has something that gets in the way of them doing the thing they already know is the right thing to do. And they're different. And so we want to explore those things. We want to understand our strengths and weaknesses and hopefully give you some tools so at the end of all this you can take those tools forward and actually implement them in being a more ethical leader moving forward. So in that way, it's very personal, but it's also very practice-based. So as we move forward, there'll be more discussions. Well, I'll jump in on the discussion board a little bit more in the days to come. And I'm always available for questions. So please, anything, whether it's course-related or whether it's understanding the material or whether it's just digging into a hypothetical that I threw out there and you want to get some more feedback from me on a specific question, never hesitate to reach out to me on the discussion board or by email, and I'll be right there with you to try to help you get through the material and us get to a good landing on the other side of these 2 weeks. Looking forward to seeing more of you online. Thanks.